Alright, back again, and it's another Monday, and Bitcoin is just looking beautiful. Um, you know, Bitcoin is just the future of money. It's the internet of money, and we're in a bull trend. So let's talk about how awesome Bitcoin is, and give you the weekly forecast as I see it. What do we got here? I can't even read. Okay, so we've got, this is something ICT taught me, the 18 EMA and the 40 EMA on a daily chart. And we have crossed bullishly. Obviously, the shorter EMA on top is bullish, whereas the longer term EMA on top would indicate bearishness. And this is like an institutional dude, ICT, and this is how he measures institutional buying and selling. Right now, we're under a buying program, and so you can see it works pretty good. You can see where it crossed here, and yeah, if you did nothing but sold all while this 40 EMA was on top of the 18, you would have done pretty good until we got to, I mean, obviously you would have had to know how to navigate this part, but the 18 and the 40 doesn't really cross that much. I mean, if you would have sold here, you would have done pretty good following the 1840 EMA cross. And so now it's crossed bullishly. So I am kind of paranoid or cautious about being bullish here, but it's the rules of the game. I'm cautious because at 200, Bitcoin has already moved 25%, 26% in a very short amount of time. And while $61 doesn't seem like much, since Bitcoin is hovering at around like the low 200s, $61 is huge in terms of a percentage gain for Bitcoin, which is why I think the game is changing as Bitcoin spends longer time at these lower levels. I think the ranges are tightening, and I think the profit targets are tightening, but it's not that it's getting less volatile. It's just a function of Bitcoin's price being so low. So we've never really seen Bitcoin at 200 before, or for like the last year, and I don't really know how it traded in 2013 when it was at these levels, but actually it didn't really spend any time at 200s. But yeah, I mean, I consider this kind of uncharted territory with the ranges getting tighter. 26% is huge, and it seems like to ask for much more in the near term. I mean, what are we going to do, like 40% in under a month? That's even if we could only get to 340. So I'm kind of skeptical on how high Bitcoin can go, but obviously this is the Ponzi. The Ponzi is in full force, so you can never doubt it too much. Yeah, and then obviously another thing about trying to short here is just like, if you want to short in the uptrend, well, here's where the uptrend started, right? So you could have shorted here. You could have been right for one day, then you would have been wrong, then you would have been neutral, then you would have been wrong, then you would have made money, and then you would have been wrong for a couple more days. So obviously odds are not on your side if you're trying to short right now. And even though we are in an optimal trade entry short, the odds are not in your side that this is going to make you any money, really. And I don't think professionals are shorting here. But that might be wrong, because if the market maker wanted to send this lower, they could. But I don't think smart professional speculators are shorting, because market structure hasn't broken yet. Market structure breaks when we break 280 now. Just as last week we were talking about how market structure breaks when we break 260, and we were pulling fibs from 260 to get an optimal trade entry here. Now market structure, we put in a higher low, as if we put in a higher high. So this is just an uptrend, and it's just not a high odds play to be shorting into this. Even though we do have doubts about how high Bitcoin can go, we're, I'm not looking to short. I would be looking to short if we did go sideways for a couple more weeks. Maybe if this whole week was sideways, then I'd be looking to short because of something that Linda Bradford Rashke taught me. I saw like an old seminar of hers on YouTube. I'll actually try to find it and link it up, but it's some really good stuff. She says that in an uptrend or a downtrend, so just say uptrend slash downtrend, but in an uptrend, you want to see price, if it's going to be a continuation, you want to see price move up fast. You don't want to see much consolidation. And the more consolidation you see, the more likely it is going to lead into a reversal. So if we were to consolidate for a week, then I'd be looking to pull my fib from this low to this high, and I'd be looking at the optimal trade entry at 258 to 247. It also has nice confluence with these range highs up in here. And yeah, I'd be looking to buy right around there. But if we do, obviously we're looking to break these highs. We're looking to break the 300s, make new highs, and then obviously as we make new highs, we're going to start reaching for certain targets. Maybe like this ICT order block right here. ICT order block. And yeah, I mean, that would be the first target. It's also a fib extension. It's also, I mean, we've talked about this level a lot. We're really looking for that level. I did the fib extension wrong. But if we take this swing, we get our confluence, the 162% extension. You know, that ICT order block is basically right in between two key Fibonacci extension levels within a couple bucks. So this is a good level to be looking for. Potential profit target. And so yeah, we talked about the upside. I think 315 is cool. I think, you know, like I mentioned, we have extended like 26% already in a couple weeks. I think we need to slow down. So I'm not sure how much more gas is going to be in the tank after we hit 315, if we hit 315 at all. But, you know, the next profit targets would be just logical support and resistance areas. Ultimately heading to 420 possibly, hopefully. That would just be cool. But 340, it looks good. I mean, you see this low here, you see this low here, you see this high here. But that's as high as I want to talk about, because even going to 340 would be like an 80% gain in like 1 month. So I don't think that's going to happen. The downside objectives, we were talking about if we take out this low, then we would be, I mean, the tricky thing is if we took out that low, we could be retracing into an optimal trade entry from this low. So 276 to 270. But I can't really call it right now. You'd have to be paying closer attention to it on a lower time frame. And that's also why I'm kind of paranoid right now, is because I don't really want to watch this low get taken out and then consider the possibility, well, maybe it's just going to retrace into this optimal trade entry. So yeah, you definitely don't want to be holding onto this, because it's going to put you in a tough spot. But I mean, like, I already took half profit already, and then I stopped to break even, and so now I'm not even worried about it. And that's just trade management that I could talk about later. But I think that's basically it. I mean, we touched on our lower objective targets would be 250 area. Obviously, we're in a bear trend or bull trend, so we're not looking to short. We're looking for 300 to break, and then we're looking to reach to 315, possibly 340. But we're talking about, man, could we really hit 340, given that that's like an 80% swing in a couple weeks? So there's a lot of indecision here. Best advice I could give would be to just pay attention to just the key levels, the key short-term levels, which is right here. that high and then this low. And if we break this high, then that's good. That's just confirmation of the bull trend. If we break this low, then we really want to get skeptical about this bull trend and probably look to short any retracements back up into this kind of area. You see how this is like resistance that turns support? Well, if we break through it and we come back and test it, we will probably want to be sellers there and looking for retracement to 250. But I could easily just see us ranging for the week. Just I think the key of the week is it's indecision, or better yet, it's decision time for Bitcoin. I think we are extended, and we have kind of tightened up here to be in between like 300 and 280. So it's all about what is Bitcoin going to do out of this optimal trade entry to go long. Is it going to make new highs, or is it just going to, is it just going to be an optimal trade entry short? That's to remain seen. And so, yeah, basically just watch that 300 and 280 level and go from there. And I think that's it. Until next time, good luck, good trade.